We've just heard from Antonio Conte. So, Stephen, you said it's important for Spurs to keep him. What do you think the possibilities are that they are going to keep him? Do you think there's a possibility that he could be leaving the club come the end of the season?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm very sceptical because with the current, when they up until today, they go back to back. When they're every time they won, it looked like it was okay. Every time they lost, it looked like he was pulling his hair out and he was willing to walk again. So, you know, the up and down of how Tottenham were playing was affecting how it felt he was going to stay. But I do think it's imperative that they keep him. I think he's an absolutely sensational manager that just gets the best from his players. He's a proven winner. He's exactly what they need if they want to try and compete with the top teams. Like, you look at the likes of City, you look at Chelsea, you look at Liverpool, and they've all got wonderful managers with wonderful players. And Tottenham have got, at the moment, got a wonderful manager, and they've got, you know, a great start and having some fantastic players. So they need to keep him, but the longevity of his contract was always something that I worried about when he signed. It was only 18 months, and that was something I just felt wasn't that long enough to keep him here. And, you know, I'm hoping they can, because for the team to progress and move forward, someone like that needs to be in charge.
Bobby, I mean, on the one side, you can probably say Antonio Conte has prided himself on what he's achieved at clubs, picking them up from relatively lowly positions and making them league winners. Think of his time at Chelsea when he won the title. The season before, I mean, they didn't even finish in the European place. So he was fully focused on domestic football. Think of what happened with Inter Milan to end the monopoly, effectively, of Juventus last year. And now with Spurs. So what do you think is going to be happening? Because on the one side, you could say maybe another club will come for him. Completely understandable. He's linked to Manchester United, for example. On the other side, you could say he hasn't had a pre-season, which he stresses a huge amount of importance on, and he's only had a January transfer window to bring in or let go of players that he doesn't want. So which way is Conte going to fall for you?
All depends on the back end of this season. He's so passionate, he's so emotional, and Daniel Levy is an interesting character. I do wonder how they get on, certainly after a loss. Those Monday morning calls and those meetings must be, you know, quite entertaining. Shame we haven't got a documentary this season for sure. But also the amount of money that Spurs have spent over the last couple of years, and I'm sure that Conte will want to spend a big amount of money, completely redo the whole squad. That's going to mean losing a lot of money in terms of players that you're selling. I think you really want to have a good clean out, but he'll want a big, big investment from the owners. And it just worries me that Spurs have spent so much money on managers' contracts, on players, and on that fantastic stadium as well. How far can they go? How much money do they have? And I think that's a big part. I've been with managers before that have asked at the end of the season, listen, I need a budget of X, and if I don't get it, I'll walk. And they've walked. And I think that'll be the same situation with Conte as well, really, that, listen, yes, he's a fantastic manager. The club is a fantastically huge club with everything's there, the training ground, the ground, everything. It's just that last part. Am I going to have plenty of battles with Daniel Levy on a weekly basis, or am I going to actually be given some freedom? Because, you know, I think Conte will want a bit of freedom and a nice bit of money at the end of the season.
Stephen, surely Daniel Levy and the higher ups from even him have to go all in on Conte at this stage, because it's what, one trophy in the 20 years that Daniel Levy's been there?
They've not done that for the last couple of years, though. The last couple of years, they've been throwing money at managers and then having to pay them up. You know, huge amount of money. I don't know.
I struggle to see it. I honestly do as well. I think that's where the butting of heads is going to come. You know, you talk about Conte, but he went to Chelsea and like they have an open checkbook. You know what I mean? For how long? He went into Milan and they went and got Lukaku. You know, you're talking about absolute mainstay superstars. So for Tottenham to go and do that, I think they're going to want to be crafty. They want to go and get the best deals that they possibly can, and that doesn't always work out. I don't think they can just throw loads and loads. Like Bobby said, the stadium, the amount they've spent on managers, getting rid of Santos, getting rid of Mourinho, all these managers they've sacked adds up. And Tottenham are a type of club that do like to balance the books as best as they can. So I think financially he might not get the backing he wants, but I think for them to succeed, they have to back him. They absolutely have to if they want to keep him.